Hello biker siblings. First of all, I want to thank absolutely everybody for getting involved so far. We've raised £210 for charity already, so please keep those donations coming. I've now got the campaign page live, so the links will be here. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news. Apparently YouTube no longer let you put links in your videos unless you're part of the YouTube program. And you can't be in the YouTube program unless you're making them earn millions and millions from your advertising. So there is no link. It's in the description below. Sorry for the interruption. We hope you enjoy the rest of the program. Bye. I've also signed up to Instagram, and when I figure out how to work it, I'll put some stuff on there, and Twitter as well. This means we've got lots of ways to expose this project and get as much interest as possible. If you're unable to donate, then the best thing you can do for us is like the videos as they come out and subscribe to the channel. Because as I said in the last video, the more subscribers we have, the more chance we have of getting those with deeper pockets involved. It would be great, for instance, if a company was to sponsor these videos in exchange for making a donation to the campaign. I'm just going to say again, we're raising money for Mind and Alzheimer's UK. So the breaking news is, I have dates for you, okay? Of course, with COVID going on, who knows what's going to happen down the line, because it's clear that our government don't. But we must hold faith, and it gives me something to focus on and look forward to, knowing that these dates are set. But before I give you the dates, I need to update you on the project, because it's kind of changed already. Now, I said originally that the whole shape of the project would depend on the advice that you give me with regards to where I'm going to, because you can tell me what the roads are like, where the best places to eat are, and all that kind of stuff, right? But we've not even started yet, and already there's been so much advice and so much interest that I've had to kind of change how the project will work. Originally I was going to kind of stick to the west coast, which means all of our east coast brothers and sisters were like, well, hang on a minute, it's a bit far for us to go. So instead of being 7 days now from Land's End to John O'Groats, what we're actually going to do is start it where I am in Leicester, which means that anyone from the east coast can easily get across. It's the Midlands, it's called the Midlands for a reason. We're kind of in the middle, so most people can get to us quite easily. So the original plan was that each county I go through, bikers would escort me basically. But that's going to change a little bit now. Over these 12 days and the rides that you'll see shortly, what I'm hoping is you will join those individual rides. You can still join the whole trip from Land's End to John O'Groats, well, Leicester to Leicester as it is now, if you wish to, but that's entirely down to you. Each ride is structured that it's going to be about 5 or 6 hours on the road. At halfway in each of those days, so 2 hours, 2.5 hours in, we're going to have a stop somewhere for someone to eat and what have you. Now it's up to you then whether you ride to that midpoint and then return home, or whether you ride the entire leg of that individual journey. That is entirely down to you. The way to think about this is that myself and my riding partner, Vicky, will be doing this ride together, and I'm hoping that the biker community will support me by joining in with us. That's the way to think about it. So things like food and accommodation is all at your own expense. Myself and Vicky are paying for our food and our accommodation. Nothing is coming out of the charity fund. That is all going direct to charity. So here are the individual legs. Now the first one is a little bit difficult, because originally when I did this I thought I won't get that much interest, there won't be that many people wanting to ride with me. I don't want to do it alone, because if I'm in the middle of the Highlands and I come off the bike, I'm going to be absolutely stranded. So I invited a friend of mine to do this trip with me. Now we met through the Yamaha Bolt Club. That's not an MC, it's just an enthusiast club where people share the same bike. I don't mean share the same bike, it's not like a custody thing, you know, we share it alternate weekends. It's for people who ride the same model of bike. And it's a really awesome bunch of people. So if you do ride a Yamaha XVS 950 Bolt, join the group, it's awesome. But anyway, I met Vicky in this group, and we had quite a lot of fun together on the road, so we decided why not have another trip together. But the problem here is I'm in Leicester and she is in Portsmouth. So originally I was going to meet her in Land's End, but then I thought, well, why not just kick this thing off as we mean to go on, right? So on day 0 there's going to be 3 rides. One ride is from Leicester to Honiton. The second ride, which will be at the same time, is from Portsmouth to Honiton. Now what I'm hoping then is that the 2 packs of bikes will kind of merge into one super pack in Honiton and then go on towards Land's End. Now I think the plan is to stop at Oxford from Leicester, that's about halfway. So all of my Leicester brethren, if you would escort me down that far, you can then turn around and go home, or come down to Honiton and beyond, down to you. And the same for my Portsmouth brothers and sisters. If you're on your bikes down there, can you please help Vicky get from Portsmouth to Honiton, and then same deal, go back home if you want, or carry on. Alright, so that's how the structure is going to work. So, the 12th of July, COVID permitting, is when we're going to kick this thing off. As each leg is released in each episode, so as I said, next week should be day 0, I will then create an event page which lists that ride. If you can then join that ride, if you're going to be able to ride with us, that means then I know roughly how many people are going to join that ride, okay?
So day 1 proper. Land's End to Minehead. Taking in, I'm hoping I'm going to say this right, Godrevy National Trust, St Anne's Heritage Coast, Heartland Heritage Coast, and Dunkery and Hornerwood National Park. Day 2, Minehead to Shrewsbury. Taking in the Cotswolds, the Malvern Hills, and the Shropshire areas of outstanding beauty. Day 3, Shrewsbury to Kendal. Taking in the Peak District, the Lake District, the Yorkshire Dales, and Nidderdale area of outstanding beauty. Now this is one that is perhaps most prone to change, because a lot of the advice has been to go through Wales, which would make sense, and then perhaps do the Peak District on the return after coming back from John O'Groats. The reason I'm thinking Peak District will be great is because obviously Matlock Bath is a huge mecca for bikers, so either way I think we'll definitely go through that area. Day 4, Kendal to Ayr. So this is the Scottish borders, Loch Ryan and Galloway Forest Park. Day 5, Ayr to Strathcarron. Well, quite simply here, it's Scotland, everything's awesome. So I'm not going to go into details because every single corner is probably going to be breathtaking. Day 6, Strathcarron to Ullapool. Now this is kind of a semi-rest day, 2.5 hours on the road, because I identify as Scottish because, well, you're allowed to do that these days, right? I was born in England, but the moment I set foot in Scotland, I felt like I was home. And when I got to the Highlands, I knew I'd arrived home. And I'd lived in Scotland on and off for about 10 years. And I just adore the music, the culture, the people, the scenery. It's definitely one of my favourite countries in the world, and I've been to a few, which is why I wear my Scottish patch on my leather vest. And on this route, it's through Wester Ross, the west coast. So you've got things like Applecross Road, which is one of the most amazing roads in the world. That whole coast is just going to be ridiculously beautiful. And then going up to Kylesque Bridge. So 2.5 hours, because we're probably going to want to stop an awful lot. But also, we've been on the road quite a while now, so this gives us a bit of a rest day to get some blood back to our bottoms. Day 7, which would have been the final day, Ullapool to John O'Groats. Yeah, would have been the final day, but of course now we've made things more interesting. So we are going to go from, on day 8, John O'Groats to Perth. Day 9, we are going to do Perth to Darlington, taking in the North Pennines and a couple of national forests on the way down. Day 10 would be the final day for me, Darlington to Leicester. Again, we're going to go through as many national parks as we possibly can, and this is also possibly the point at which we're going to do the Peak District. So you might go down as far as Hull and then cut through Sheffield and down, but again, that's all to be decided. So yeah, it would have been the final day for me back home in Leicester, but of course poor old Vicky has got to get back to Portsmouth, so the final day is going to be Leicester to Portsmouth.
So that just leaves me to please say, if you can, follow this link here and donate to these two really important causes, Alzheimer's and Mind. It's been a really difficult year for charities because people can't get out and fundraise because COVID's locked us all down. So a lot of charities are really struggling. So anything that we can raise will really, really help these two charities. They're both very important to me. So I want to do my bit to help them out. And it's a great excuse to get out there and have a ride as well. So that's it from me. Please like this video and please subscribe to the channel. I'm hoping that we can get some decent numbers and then raise some decent money because of it. Thank you all for your help. It's really appreciated, and I will see you soon. Bye.